Hey everyone, Aria Labs here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to aBlogtoWatch videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is the Graham Chronofighter 1695. It is a newer Chronofighter model meant to look more classy. So it's supposed to look like a classic sport watch with the Chronofighter DNA. It's like future going back in time. It's a nice piece actually, and it's I don't want to say it's controversial, but there's definitely people that love it and there's people that don't. And I'm gonna talk about it, and you can tell what you think. Now, the Chronofighter, let's talk about that for a second. That is Graham's signature collection of larger than life, big sport watches with wild dials and these trigger systems. This is a smaller, classic looking, more simple chronograph watch with a trigger system. And the trigger system here has been, I guess you could say, slimmed down. It's all metal, it's polished, still works the exact same way. And the dial has been sort of reduced to just the time, date, and the chronograph. It doesn't even have a seconds hand. It just has the chronograph hand if you want to have sort of a running seconds. And it's quite elegant. It comes in a few different versions, and you can see there that the hour indicators are actually applied, which I like. Contrast is quite good. It's very high. I'd say the dial is overall quite successful. I like it. I think it's attractive. It could have been done a lot worse. And what happens on watches like this a lot of the time is you get what I call a blurry feel. And by blurry, I mean certain elements aren't properly cut. They are not properly produced, and so they're too rounded, and light smears off of them and doesn't offer a crisp look, and you don't get a lot of that here. So the black indicators there, they're glossy a little bit, but they're not sort of offering that kind of smeared, blurry look that you sometimes get when you have polished elements on a dial that aren't done properly. The case is all polished here, and I like that. Look at the back. Ooh. It's a little bit dirty because of the sticker, that protective sticker was on there. So I should have given it a good little rinse, good little wash. What this is a picture, an etched picture of an observatory that had some symbolism for Graham, the watchmaker that this brand was created after. And this is supposed to be an observatory in England, I believe. And that's cool. This is a very unexpected feature and detail, and this is quite nice. They could have had just a basic case back, but this is neat to have this picture that goes almost across the entire case back, and you still have a little hole there for the movement, and the hole happens to be just over the escapement, so you can see it moving around there, and you can see the rotor moving around. The movement is a modified ETA 7750. Oh, I just hit the camera there. Should like that was like an earthquake. And the strap is a nice leather. It's padded. It's soft. Graham does use good leather. You know, when I first saw this strap, I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those hard, stiff leather straps. But it's very soft, bends easily, even at the middle part here where there's a lot of cushion. So let's stick it on. First, I gotta play with the chronograph. The trigger system is how I should say, not really necessary, but it's fun. Get in focus. Focus. Yes, there it is. It's actually, you know, for 42 millimeters, it's not a tiny watch, and a lot of that has to do with this trigger system and these quite long and almost dramatic looking lug structures. And so on the wrist there, you can see it's definitely a good size. You can see my review, of course, of the Chronofighter 2, which is 47 millimeters wide, and you'll really be able to see that there's quite a difference there. I also did a review of the swordfish, the Graham swordfish, which is even larger. And so you can see those being almost remarkably large and fun and just sort of big and goofy, where this one is 42 millimeters wide, but you know, it's a good, it's a maintainable size to even wear on a daily basis. The dial's clean, it's legible. And so what I really feel about the Chronofighter 1695, it has that Graham Chronofighter spirit with a subdued classic look that is something you wear on a daily basis and not look at it and be like, I'm wearing a wild watch today, or this is too crazy. So it has sort of the best of both worlds in that regard, and for that reason, I think it's going to do well with the right type of person, of course. Price is actually pretty reasonable. I'm not precisely sure. I think it's about $6,400. So we're not talking like 10 grand or any wild amount like that. And you know, for that you get definitely a well-designed watch with a movement that's been modified in a way that you can't really find elsewhere. The cool trigger system, and this fun case back and all that. So again, this is the Graham Chronofighter 1695, and you can see the full review at aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.